A kid who didn't even own a bicycle. A kid the other students nicknamed Black Nose Weasel because his face was always covered in soot from the blacksmith's forge. Nobody had any idea that this same kid would one day build one of the biggest automobile companies on the planet. And here's the most surprising part, his success actually started with a forgery. Let's rewind and go through this whole story from the beginning. The year was 1906. In a small village in Japan, a blacksmith's son was born. His name was Soichiro Honda. His father, Jihei, worked as the village blacksmith and also repaired bicycles on the side. His mother made a living as a weaver. The family was so poor that without proper medical care, 5 of Soichiro's siblings died in childhood. But even as a kid, Soichiro's mind worked differently. He had zero interest in school. He'd rather wander the streets watching machines than sit in a classroom. And this brings us to the first story that ended up defining who he was. At school, kids had to get their report cards stamped with their family seal to prove their parents had seen the grades. Soichiro's grades were so bad, he was terrified to show them at home. So what did he do? He carved a fake version of his family's seal out of a used rubber bicycle pedal. He stamped his own forged report card. And he didn't stop there, he started making fake seals for other kids too. Eventually, the whole scheme got exposed, and it caused a huge mess at school. But there's one thing that becomes obvious from this one incident. This kid wasn't afraid to break the rules, and this kid knew how to build things with his own hands. Now here comes the moment that changed the entire direction of his life. One day, a strange rumbling sound came from far off in the village. Little Soichiro ran straight toward it. And when he saw a car for the first time in his life, he just stood there, frozen. The smell of oil coming off that engine stuck with him forever. Later in life, he'd say that smell reminded him of perfume. Something woke up inside him in that exact moment. At 15, with no formal education, Soichiro left his village. He headed to Tokyo looking for work. He landed an apprenticeship at a garage there. For 6 years, he learned the trade, working as a mechanic. At 22, he went back home and opened his own repair shop. But even here, the story wasn't a straight line. People didn't trust him because he was so young. So Soichiro took a different approach. He started fixing the cars every other mechanic in town had already given up on. Slowly, he built a reputation as the guy who fixes the impossible. But in 1936, disaster struck. During a race, his car flipped. He was badly hurt and suffered a serious eye injury. His brother was seriously injured too. That crash forced him to give up racing for good. And this is exactly where the real turning point begins. After quitting racing, Soichiro shifted his focus to manufacturing. He tried making piston rings, but his early attempts failed badly. Money got so tight, he ended up selling his wife's jewelry just to keep the factory running. After the war ended, things got even harder. He didn't even have gasoline to run his own car. So what did he do? He rigged up a small generator to a bicycle and ran it using kerosene since that's all he could get his hands on. His friends loved this makeshift setup so much, they asked him to build 12 motorized bikes just like it. And that's exactly where the story everyone knows today actually begins. In 1948, Soichiro Honda laid the foundation of his company inside a small wooden shed. Today, that same company sells millions of motorcycles and cars all over the world. So next time you think you don't have enough money, enough resources, or the right education, remember the kid who didn't even own a bicycle. Because the real question was never about resources. The real question is what you're willing to build with your own 2 hands. If you want more real, inspiring success stories like this every week, subscribe now. Because in the next video, I've got another story that's going to hit you hard.